Now is Senator John Husted, a Republican from Ohio. He is on the Senate Health, Education, Labor, and Pensions Committee. Senator, it's great to see you this morning. Thanks so much for coming on. You have a proposal that isn't going to a vote today that would extend Obamacare subsidies at their current level for 2 more years. Why do you think it's important to do that?
Well, because American people are suffering. I talk to pastors, small business owners who seen their premiums skyrocket. And so I want to intervene and do something about it. We know that the current system is broken. The ACA doesn't work. It's been getting bailed out. I don't want to continue to bail it out, but I also don't want people to suffer these premium increases. So what we've done is said to the Democrats, I'll extend it for 2 years, but we got to fix the fraud in it, because we know that there's been $20+ billion in fraud in this system, that the money's going to the insurance companies. Sometimes people are being signed up without their knowledge. I said, let's fix that. Let's fix the fraud part of it. Let's extend it for 2 years, and then let's really start to tackle the drivers of healthcare inflation.
So there are 2 proposals that are getting votes today. You have a proposal that would extend Obamacare subsidies. The Democrats have a proposal that would extend Obamacare subsidies. The Republicans are putting on the floor a plan for health savings account. So which of the 2 plans are you going to vote for? The one that extends subsidies like yours does?
Well, I'm going to vote for the Republican plan, because that puts the money in the hands of the individual rather than the insurance companies. But understand, there's a compromise to be had on this. The reason that the Democrat plan doesn't work is because it just continues to subsidize a broken system. It sends money to the insurance companies, and it does nothing to prevent the fraud. With what we're seeing in Minneapolis and around the country, people are tired of getting ripped off. How can we knowingly vote for a proposal that is going to rip off the American taxpayer to the tunes of tens of billions of dollars? Let's fix that. Let's extend the premiums. Let's cap it so that we're not subsidizing the insurance premiums of millionaires. There's a way to do this, but people are going to have to come off of their entrenched positions and begin to compromise.
Off their entrenched positions and begin to compromise. That gets to what my question was going to be. Would you like to see Senate leadership? Because right now they're not putting a Republican vote on the floor that would extend Obamacare subsidies. Would you like to see Republican leadership get on board with a plan that would extend them?
I brought my proposal to the floor yesterday, this compromise, and the Democrats blocked it. I said, look, you shut down the government for 43 days over this issue. I'm giving you that gift in return for you giving us some accountability. And they said no. I hope when we get through these votes this week that we'll finally get people to say, okay, let's try to find some middle ground. I know that the Republican leadership is willing to do that. I hope that Chuck Schumer and the Democrats are too.
Want to ask you a question about Venezuela. The United States seized an oil tanker off the coast. This is the latest, really, incident to happen in that region over the last several weeks. What's your goal? What do you want to see happen in Venezuela and off the coast? What do you see as the best outcome there?
Well, Maduro should resign. That would be the best outcome there. But these narco-terrorists who've been killing Americans with their poison, that they continue to bring these drugs to our country. I'm glad that the president is taking action there and stopping that from happening. In this case, with the oil tanker, you have an illicit tanker that's violating sanctions, and the president's saying, hey, if we're going to have rules against this stuff, then let's enforce it. I think that this brings economic pressure on Maduro, and eventually you're going to see him have to step aside.
Senator, finally, Fed Chair Jerome Powell yesterday, the Fed cut interest rates ever so slightly, indicated they may not do it that much more next year. But in the process, he talked about the jobs market in a way that I had not heard him speak before. So listen to what he said.
First of all, gradual cooling in the labor market has continued. Unemployment is now up 0.3 from June through September. Payroll jobs averaging 40,000 per month since April. We think there's an overstatement in these numbers by about 60,000, so that would be negative 20,000 per month. It's a complicated, unusual, difficult situation where the labor market is also under pressure, where job creation may actually be negative.
So that was Fed speak, which can sound dull to a lot of people, but what the Fed chair was actually saying was that he thinks it's possible the economy's been shedding 20,000 jobs a month. You know, what grade would you give to an economy that's losing those kind of jobs monthly?
Yeah, it's hard to know with the numbers we get out of the Bureau of Labor Statistics about what the truth is, but I think jobs for American citizens are on the way up. I think jobs for people who are here illegally are on the way down. I think that's a major factor in this conversation, that you have people who are not, who were taking jobs that were here illegally. Those folks are going away. I think you're going to see more American citizens get these jobs. But then you have pressure from things like AI that are pressuring some of the white collar job growth in this country. And so it's a difficult transitional period in our economy, but I think that what we did with the Working Family Tax Cut Act, you're going to see that kick in next year. People are no longer going to, they're going to, like the average family of four will save $7,000 in the state of Ohio because no more tax on tips, tax on overtime, no tax on Social Security. You're going to see every family get a tax cut, including a $2,200 tax credit per child. All of that will start to kick in next year, and I think will drive the economy forward.
Senator John Husted from Ohio, we appreciate your time this morning. Thanks so much, sir.